scrutiny. You might remember just 2 weeks ago, Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots and a friend of Trump's, was charged with soliciting prostitution at a South Florida day spa, which he denies. Now, the Miami Herald is reporting that the woman who founded that day spa, Lee Cindy Yang, snagged this selfie at a Super Bowl party hosted by Trump at his West Palm Beach Country Club last month. And Mother Jones reports that Yang, who has made campaign donations to Trump, runs an investment business that has offered to sell Chinese clients access to the president and his family. Now, we should note that Yang no longer owns the spa linked to Robert Kraft's alleged crime, and she was not charged in that investigation. And NBC has not confirmed the reporting from the Miami Herald and Mother Jones. We did reach out to the White House and Yang for comment on Friday, but we did not get a response. Joining me now are two of the reporters who broke these stories, David Korn of Mother Jones and Nicholas Nehamas of the Miami Herald. And Nicholas, I want to go to you on this first, because where this began was with Ms. Yang and the businesses that she started, some of which she apparently flipped and sold. Just give us the rundown of that story in your reporting.
So Ms. Yang is a immigrant who came to South Florida and started a chain of day spas around 2007. One of those day spas would become the infamous Orchids of Asia spa, where Mr. Kraft was busted, part of a much larger human trafficking ring. And Ms. Yang says she sold that spa several years ago, had nothing to do with it. But my colleague Sarah Blasky was looking through corporate records related to the spa, found Ms. Yang's name, started backgrounding her, and saw that she had spent what seemed to be a fair amount of time with President Trump at his various private clubs and with other top Florida Republicans.
And when you say spending time with them, is it because she's a donor? Is she, what is her relationship to the Republican Party?
Well, she is a member of a political action committee for Asian American Republicans. She seems to have access to the president's private clubs, including Mar-a-Lago and Trump International West Palm Beach, although she says she's not a member, and she is certainly a fundraiser and donor to the campaign. Now, she told us that she has no relationship with the president, that she's a volunteer, and that, you know, she just attends some events.
Has she been a politically active Republican for a long time?
She has not. She began donating to Jeb Bush at the end of 2015 when he was running for president, and then transitioned to becoming a supporter of President Trump, and that seemed to have awakened a huge political impulse in her since, 2016. Her Facebook presence, her social media presence has been almost exclusively devoted to Republican politics, as well as her consulting business, which started a little bit later, in which David and Mother Jones and we as well have been reporting on subsequently.
So let's bring David in here. David, good morning. And let's talk about some of the additional reporting here. Now, we know that per the Miami Herald, Ms. Yang for a group of Chinese business executives to attend a paid fundraiser for Donald Trump as president in New York City at the end of 2017, and that's according to a source for the Miami Herald. But your reporting in Mother Jones is about this other company, this investment company that is apparently pitching to clients. I'll read a little bit of it. On a page displaying a photo of Mar-a-Lago, Yang's company says that its activities for clients have included providing them the opportunity to interact with the president, the American Minister of Commerce, and other political figures. Tell us a little bit about this company and what is its relationship to all of her other businesses.
Well, it seems while she was, involved in the massage parlor industry in Florida, she set up this completely different entity that she promoted in Chinese. The website for it is mainly in Chinese, in which she is literally selling access to Trump and his family members. It says quite clearly that if you retain her company, she will get you close to Trump at Mar-a-Lago, or that she can arrange White House and Capitol Hill dinners. And the website is full of pictures of her, but also her clients, presumably, with Trump relatives, with Donald Trump Jr., with Trump's sister, Elizabeth Trump Grau, a Trump family member who's very low profile, at events in Washington with Elaine Chao, the Transportation Secretary, or Wilbur Ross, the Commerce Department Secretary. And it's, you know, it couldn't be more of a classic case of pay to play. You give her money, and somehow she gets you in the room with these people. And her clientele seems to be Chinese business executives. And in fact, there was a Chinese business executive who led a company that did electric cars that came to Mar-a-Lago New Year's looking to meet Trump, instead met members of his family because Trump was back here in Washington for the shutdown. But he told Yahoo Finance News separately in a story that came out previously that a PR company had set up this meeting for him. He didn't identify the company. It wasn't in the story. It seems to have been her company. So it does seem that this massage parlor owner, at least previously, has been able to get her, you know, clients into, you know, Mar-a-Lago and into meetings in Washington with members of the Trump administration. For pay. And just to stay with you for a moment, David, we know that Ms. Yang's Facebook page has been taken offline, but it did, before it was taken offline, have photos not just with Donald Trump and these selfies that she took with Donald Trump at a football game, but with Matt Gaetz, with Sarah Palin, with Elaine Chao, with other people. In your reporting, were these photo opportunities simply this woman getting near these people, taking a picture with them so that she could market to her clients that she could get them in, rather than a genuine relationship with these people? Yeah, I think we still don't know exactly what her relationship is. She was very active in Republican Party politics as a donor, as a volunteer. Some of these people she may have known a lot look like meet and greets where she snaps a photo. But the most important photos are the one on the websites that show she had the ability to get other people, Chinese executives, in the room. And as you know, Joy, that, you know, a photo with the president or the president's son or the president's sister, particularly a sister that's not well known, is something that a Chinese executive or anybody else can use back home to show they have influence in the United States, whether that's true or not. And I also have to credit my colleagues Dan Schulman and Dan Friedman, who were on this story with me. It was a real team effort. And, you know, and yeah, there's been a lot of reporting around this, and it's interesting because her donations, to come back to you, Nicholas, according to your paper and to the Miami Herald, she and her family have contributed more than $42,000 to Trump Victory, which is the political action committee, more than $16,000 to the president's campaign. There are photos of her at a pro-Israel event at Mar-a-Lago. One would think that if Donald Trump was already president when that photo was taken, that she would need to be cleared, that she would need to go through some sort of security clearance like you have to do when you go to visit the White House. So do you have any reporting, Nicholas, on how was she able to get into an event like that if she is saying she has no relationship personally to the president, and all of the Republicans that she's been photographed with are denying relationship? How would she get through the security clearance to take a picture with the family?
Well, the Government Accountability Office put out a report earlier this year that said essentially people who are going to be in the same room or near the president for a planned purpose at Mar-a-Lago have to have an enhanced background check. Now, the White House and the Trump campaign did not respond when we asked what vetting Ms. Yang would have had to go through. She certainly has been at Mar-a-Lago. It seems like she would have been on a guest list to get into this event and would have had to go through some level of background check, but no one has come forth to answer exactly what would have gone into such a background check specifically as it applies to Ms. Yang. And to stay with you, Nicholas, given if a background check had been conducted, what would that background check have found out about her past business dealings?